Workforce planning is a core function of human resource management and is related to the systematic identification and analysis of what an organization is going to need in terms of the size, type, experience, knowledge, and skills of its workforce to achieve its objectives. Workforce planning is the continual process used to align the needs and priorities of the organization with those of its workforce to ensure it can meet its strategic objectives. Workforce planning requires attention on the external workforce availability, which is impacted by a number of factors. The general economic cycles of recession and boom affect HR planning. Factors such as interest rates, inflation, and economic decline or growth affect the availability of workers and should be considered when organizational and HR plans and objectives are formulated. There is a considerable difference between finding qualified applicants in a 4% unemployment market compared to a 9% unemployment market. As the unemployment rate rises, the number of qualified people looking for work increases, which often makes it easier for organizations to fill some jobs. However, the people who are hired may receive lower pay and benefits because companies have more hiring options and leverage. When making human resource plans, employers must consider a number of geographic and competitive concerns. The net migration into a particular region is important. Significant changes in the workforce, both in the United States and globally, must be considered when examining the outside workforce during HR planning. Shifts in the composition of the workforce, combined with the use of different work patterns, have created workplaces and organizations that are notably different from those of the past. When scanning the potential and future workforce, it's important to consider a number of variables including the aging of the workforce, a growing diversity of workers, female workers and work-life balance concerns, availability of contingent workers, and outsourcing possibilities. Workforce planning requires attention on internal workforce availability, which is impacted by a number of factors. Analyzing the jobs that will need to be done and the capabilities of people who are currently available in the organization to do them is the next step in HR planning. The needs of the organization must be compared to the existing labor supply as well as the potential labor supply available outside the firm. The starting point for evaluating internal workforce strengths and weaknesses is an audit of the jobs that are expected in the planning period. A comprehensive analysis of all current jobs provides a basis for forecasting what jobs will need to be done in the future. Much of the data required for the audit should be available from existing staffing and organizational databases. The following are key questions addressed during the internal jobs assessment. What jobs exist now and how essential is each? How many individuals are performing each jobs? What are the reporting relationships of the jobs? What are the vital KSAs, or knowledge, skills, and abilities needed in the jobs? What jobs are needed to implement future organizational strategies? As HR planners gain an understanding of the current and future jobs that will be necessary to carry out organizational plans, they conduct a detailed audit of current employees and their capabilities. The basic data on employees should be available in an organization's HR records. An inventory of organizational skills and capabilities may consider a number of elements. The following are especially important. Individual employee demographics, such as age, length of service in the organization, and time present in the job. Individual career progression, job held, time in each job, education, and training levels, as well as promotions and other job changes and pay rates. And finally, individual performance data, which is about work accomplishments, growth in skills, and working relationships. Strategic workforce planning usually covers a 3 to 5 year forecast period aligned to business needs and outcomes. It focuses on identifying the workforce implications, current, transition, and future of business strategic objectives, and includes scenario planning.